figure the others. Coming back to the tape, flag up, and they're off. They race away. 2 miles, 5 furlongs to go. They have 10 to jump here. 6 Mile Bridge, Potter's Charm, the leading duo. As they come over number 1, a bad error there from K. Dothie. Drops to be the back marker of these 11 runners. A couple of lengths off the leaders is Super Sunday and the Yellow Clay. They race virtually together, 3rd and 4th places, and the orange of Final Demand is with those as well. Then comes Capishy Pike. It's a check jacket for him, an orange cap. Kate Dothie is the one caught widest on the course, a little bit free in the early stages. Very pale colours towards her ear is Kiss Will, who races up round the outside of the New Line, the white cap against the running rail. 40 coats in stripes with those as well, and Kelly Stoire towards the back of the field. But they're on the way towards the home straight, and there'd be about 10 lengths first to last as they begin to settle down. And it is 6 Mile Bridge, very pale jacket, who goes through here to lead them, coming towards the 3rd flight of hurdles, which they'll meet very quickly when they get into the straight. Potter's Charm is running in 2nd place, a blue cap. The red jacket is Super Sunday. The favourites off to the right in orange, Final Demand, as they jump then the 3rd. The white and green jacket and red cap is the Yellow Clay, very well back. Looked like he went off 2nd favourite. Is off to the right now and moving through to share probably a 3rd place. Behind these is Capishy Pike, Sean O'Keefe in the centre, races with Final Demand, and the last 5 are virtually in line. The New Line is right over towards the inner of the racing surface, a white cap. Next to him, very pale jacket of Kiss Will, and then comes Kelly Stoire, green and white on the cap. The stripes, 40 coats, maroon and white, and extreme left, right round the outside, is K. Dothie. As they come then to flight number 4 in the Turner's Novices Hurdle, and it's still Keelan Woods. 6 Mile Bridge got really close into the flight of hurdles, but over it with about a length and advantage. Sam Tristan-Davis on Potter's Charm running in 2nd place. Jack Kennedy is next on the Yellow Clay. Red jacket Super Sunday, Danny Mullins, and then Paul Townend, orange on Final Demand against the running rail. In checks is Sean O'Keefe, Capishy Pike with him. Up round the outside of those now is Kate Dothie. Brian Hayes has brought him closer into about 5th or 6th position. 40 coats and Darrow Kiefer next, and then against the running rail, Harry Skelton, the New Lion. White and pink for Patrick Mullins, Kiss Will with him, and then Kelly Stoire, Mark Walsh is about a length and a half behind and will be the back marker as they move on towards flight number 5 of the 10, so they're approaching now the halfway stage. 6 Mile Bridge, better at that one, got over it well. Landed by still about a length. Blue cap of Potter's Charm, the Yellow Clay, white, green and red jacket is with this, and then comes Super Sunday. Capishy Pike and Final Demand, match strides, 5th and 6th positions. They're followed through by Kate Dothie, continues to race widest on the racing surface, and then the New Line races the inner route as they take this flight of hurdles. Kiss Will and 40 coats the next pair, and Kelly Stoire is towards the rear of the field. They're running uphill now to number 7 of the 10, and it's still 6 Mile Bridge, not quite as far clear as he was. Potter's Charm in 2nd position, and then the Yellow Clay, followed by Super Sunday, red and white jacket. They're together in 3rd and 4th places. Capishy Pike and Final Demand, the next pair of runners. The New Line tracking Final Demand against the running rail. Kiss Will is next, 40 coats on the outside of this. Then Kelly Stoire, and Kate Dothie is beginning to lose touch with the others and is struggling a little bit at the rear of the field. But now it's downhill to home, and Potter's Charm has just poked his head in front over 6 Mile Bridge in the pale jacket on the right. Behind these, the Yellow Clay is brought out to look to clear daylight as they come to the 3rd last. Super Sunday is next. Final Demand in behind those in 5th position. Capishy Pike is with the New Lion, also making progress towards the inside, and these are going clear from Kiss Will. They come down to the 2nd last flight of hurdles, and it's Potter's Charm to the Yellow Clay. Potter's Charm just across to the yellow clay, and here's Final Demand in the orange, moving through to challenge, and the new line coming up on the inside. They run to the home turn, the big three in the market now, the yellow clay to Final Demand. The new line's a length and a half behind these. They've gone clear to Potter's Charm. One more to jump. The new line switches to the left. In the centre in orange is Final Demand. The yellow clay on the right. Any one of this trio, they're going to be very close at the last flight. At it now, the new line and the yellow clay go on to Final Demand into the closing stages. The yellow clay, the red cap, Jack Kennedy. The white cap is the new line, Harry Skelton, who's getting up. The new line has won the Turners. To the yellow clay, Final Demand, 40 Coats and Potter's Charm.
Classy horse, good ride. 4 winners last year for the Skeltons. They're on the score sheet this time. Dan and Harry Skelton win the Turners Novices Hurdle with the new lion, the new star. Now in the silks of J.P. McManus, high-profile purchase, justified. The yellow clays run a fine race for Gordon Elliott.
So on this first circuit, they'll jump 1 in the straight. They're off. Race away for the Brown Advisory Novices Chase and make their way to number 1 of 19 with the yellow sleeves of Dancing City going to be the very narrow leader. Better Days Ahead running in second place. Here then is fence number 1. A red jacket, red and white of Lecky Watson, nearest to us in the stands, was over it just about in third place. Then the best turned out winner, Gorgeous Tom, green and yellow colours, runs in fourth place. Favourite Ballyburn is the far side of him, the red cap, white sleeves, in fifth place at the moment as they race on to fence number 2. Another plain one at it now, and they clear it with the white cap of Stella Story, just ahead of the first colours of Cater Bourbon, and they are in 6th and 7th places. So off they go to the far side of the course. Not a particularly strong gallop in the early part of the race. Another plain fence number 3 coming up before the water, and it is Dancing City with a very narrow lead. It'd be about a half length ahead over Better Days Ahead, white and green jacket, a red cap in second place. The water jump coming up now. This circuit's 4, it'll be 13 the next time round. Lecky Watson, red and white colours, will be about 3 parts of a length behind the leaders. Gorgeous Tom was a little bit awkward at that in the green and yellow. And Cater Bourbon has moved up places to go into 4th as they come to the first of 4 open ditches they'll take on the way round. And Cater Bourbon, an error there. Started over it and dropped to place. Gorgeous Tom went ahead of him again. Ballyburn has the white sleeves, heads almost on the ground. He travels so strongly in the early part of the race as they jump another plain one heading up towards the top of the hill. The nose-banded Stella Story up round the outside is now just ahead of Cater Bourbon, who started in last, moved to 4th after a couple of fences, but is now back in last place. Here's number 7 coming up. It's the open ditch at the top of the hill. Dancing City, Danny Mullins, big leap over it. And an error there from Ballyburn. He drops to the back of the field. Paul Townend has lost an iron, getting it back now. So the favourite in some bother, Ballyburn, at the back of the field, but now back on an even keel. So an error at fence number 7 drops into last position, but that is only 6 or 7 lengths off the lead, and there's plenty of time to go. Downhill for the first time in this Brown Advisory Novices Chase, and it continues to be Dancing City from the red cap of Jack Kennedy on Better Days Ahead. The red and white colours for Sean O'Keefe. Lecky Watson is widest on the course as they come to another plain fence now and running towards the home straight. That is the next fence they take, number 8. The 2 Jigginstown runners, white cap for Danny Gilligan on Stella Story. First colours Patrick Mullins, Cater Bourbon. They are either side of Dana O'Keefe on Gorgeous Tom in the green and yellow. And Ballyburn, after an error at 7, drops to the back of the field, but in touch with the others, and they move into the straight. Now, this time in the straight, they've got 2 to jump. They're numbers 9 and 10. Very closely grouped, and they've not gone very fast. Dancing City on the right, the yellow sleeves, very narrowly in front. To Better Days Ahead, it's a short run them down to fence number 10, coming towards it now. Lecky Watson, the red and white, nearest to us, is in 3rd place. Very narrow 4th for Gorgeous Tom ahead of Cater Bourbon. And then comes Stella Story, and Ballyburn continues to be the back marker in a closely grouped field. They're running away now on towards number 11 of the 19 fences. Dancing City and Better Days Ahead. Lecky Watson right up round the outside of those. There, Stellar Story with the white cap in 6th position was a little clumsy. Gorgeous Tom is in 4th place. Cato Bourbon is then in 5th. And then comes Stellar Story and still Ballyburn at the rear of the field. Away to the far side they go. Moving on now to number 12. Dancing City. Jumps it well. Went on by a length and a half there. Little slow at the back as Ballyburn. Coming to the water now. 13 it is this time. 2nd position to Better Days Ahead. Lecky Watson wide of those. Then Gorgeous Tom a length and a half behind. Runs in 4th place. Cato Bourbon is next. And then Stellar Story. And Ballyburn 2 lengths behind. Another open ditch coming up. This is number 14. The 3rd of the ditches. The yellow sleeves of Dancing City. Better Days Ahead around the outside. And then Lecky Watson in red and white. 2 lengths behind these Gorgeous Tom, the maroon of Cato Bourbon, and then the white cap on the maroon jacket of Stellar Story, and still just at the rear, 2 lengths behind those is Ballyburn. So up to the top of the hill. Now they've only got 4 more to jump. The final open ditch is coming up. Dancing City continues to lead. It's a narrow lead, though. Better Days Ahead and Lecky Watson have been close to him for a long way now. Top of the hill they come. 4th from the finish. Behind those and down is Cato Bourbon. Unseats the rider, number 6. Cato Bourbon is out of the race. And slow leap as well from Ballyburn. Favourite is 4 or 5 lengths behind the other 5 that continue as they begin their journey towards home. It's Dancing City, Better Days Ahead, Lecky Watson together. Length behind them is Gorgeous Tom. With Gorgeous Tom is Stellar Story. And Ballyburn trying to get back into it as they run down towards the 3rd last fence. Moving on towards it now. It's still the yellow sleeves of Dancing City from Better Days Ahead, and Dancing City in error there as they run towards a home turn. Lecky Watson is still with them. Gorgeous Tom is ridden along behind these. Then Stellar Story, followed by Ballyburn. They've got 2 fences to jump in the home straight, and running towards a home turn now, Lecky Watson in the red and white goes on to Better Days Ahead in 2nd place. Gorgeous Tom is moved into 3rd position. Stellar Story behind this, then Ballyburn and Dancing City. Lecky Watson at the 2nd last. Good leap over it, landed by 2 lengths. 2 in 2nd position is Better Days Ahead. Then Stellar Story, final fence, Lecky Watson, up and over, landed by 3 lengths and up the running now. Sean O'Keefe on Lecky Watson in the brown advisory, lead by 3 or 4 lengths. 2nd position, Stellar Story, and with this is Better Days Ahead, but it's Lecky Watson who wins. 2nd position, the judge to split the nose-banded Stellar Story and the red cap of Better Days Ahead. Behind those, Gorgeous Tom and Ballyburn.
Willie Mullins won the brown advisory for the 7th time, but that tells but half the story. Success.
They're off. They race away. They got 10 to jump this time, 2 miles and 5 furlongs. Staffordshire Knot, wide in the maroon, has to be chased along at the beginning of the race as Al Gasparo and Mai Tai will be the leaders at number 1, where Vischio is towards the back of the field with Minella Missile. Slandor Clegane is towards the back with Jepco as well. Close up to the leader, Bunting, going freely in the blue and the white noseband. Eagle Fang is up there as well. Beat the back behind these, and then Comfort Zone and Ike Sport and Jimmy DeSearle, and Maxim is behind this, and then Anna Bonina as they begin to settle down and they leave the back straight for the first time. And it's Al Gasparo in the yellow who leads from in 2nd place Mai Tai by around about a length to Bunting running in 3rd. Captain Morgs, a yellow cap, little wide on the track, is next, and the green sleeve jacket of Beat the Bad is next. Then Ike Sport, light blue against the running rail. Lossymouth, light blue and black checks, black sleeves is next, and that's followed round the outside by Jimmy DeSearle with the scarlet sleeves, the black and white jacket. And then comes Comfort Zone, green colours towards the running rail. Slandor Kegan continues to be up there with Colonel Mustard. They come to number 3. Eagle Fang is behind this as they jump then the 3rd flight of hurdles. Anna Bonina was next. Staffordshire Knot continues to be chased along every now and again. He's got blinkers on the first time. Be aware, the grey, it'd be about 4 or 5 from the back of the field at the moment, just in behind Beacon Edge and Al Gasparo and Samui, with those as well. Manila Missile and Ballyadam is behind this. Jipco is towards the rear of the field as they make their way now on towards the fourth flight of hurdles, and it is Al Gasparo continues to lead. Mai Tai running in second. Bunting's on the left there, coming up to be close to the leaders. Ike Sport is right in behind these to beat the bats, and then comes Lossiemouth and Maxim and Captain Morgs and Jimmy DeSerle as they jump over the fourth flight. Colonel Muster is behind these runners to Ampo's Trois, then Eagle Fang, who's nearest to the stands in blue and white, and Anna Bonina is right in behind this, and then comes Comfort Zone, who's then followed by King Alexander, and with that as well is Beckett Road and also Beacon Edge in the blue and yellow jacket. Sandor Cleggan is next. Staffordshire Knots towards the outside in maroon and white to Ballyadam and Manila Missile, and then Samui, and with this is Vischio, and also towards the rear is Jipco. There'll be a good 20 lengths first to last, and away they go to the far side. Blue colours Bunting wide on the course. Al Gasparo, the yellow and blue cap towards the inner, and behind these is Might Eye. They are then followed by Maxim, who's made progress up towards the outside, and Beat the Bad is right in behind these. Jimmy DeSerle and Captain Morgs are next, the Nike Sport. Ampo's Trois continues to make some good progress here, be about 7th or 8th at the moment. Behind this Colonel Mustard is followed by Safareur, and then Comfort Zone, and then King Alexander races around the outside of Lossiemouth. Be Aware is still a good 2/3 of the way down the field at the moment as they jump number 6. Bunting might have just about been in front to the yellow of Al Gasparo. They continue to be about 2 lengths ahead to the green sleeves of Beat the Bat, who's taken 3rd. Maxim is next. Might Eye is behind this, and then Ampo's Trois, who races in company with Captain Morgs, a yellow cap up towards the outside of the field. Colonel Mustard's right in behind those, and then comes Ike Sport as they jump the one at the top of the hill. Jipco is still towards the rear of the field. Be Aware looks to go okay, but has still got an awful lot of horses ahead of him at the moment. They've 3 more to jump, and they're about to run to home. Al Gasparo and Bunting to Beat the Bat, and Mai Tai, Ampo's Trois right on the heels of these, and then Captain Morgs and Jimmy DeSerle and Maxim ridden along. Colonel Mustard shaking up a little bit as well, and then comes Eagle Fang and King Alexander and Ballyadam right in the centre. Beckett Road in the yellow and red jacket is in behind this. Comfort Zone will be about 4 from the right there in green, trying to come into it as they jump over the 3rd last flight of hurdles. 2 more to go then. Al Gasparo in the yellow still leading. Ampo's Trois, Colonel Mustard, Mai Tai, Bunting is still there. Be Aware about 3 or 4 from the left trying to get into it. The grey now as they come to the 2nd last flight of hurdles, and jumping over that Bunting to Ampo's Trois, and then Beat the Bat, and there's Colonel Mustard, and then Be Aware. A grey, 3 from the left coming into it. Jimmy DeSerle is still there, and also Beacon Edge is there with a chance, and then King Alexander and Eagle Fang and Staffordshire Knot and Ballyadam wide open, but it's Nico de Boinville. Ampo's Trois coming down towards the last to Beat the Bat in 2nd place. Jimmy DeSerle, Scarlet Sleeves nearest to us, and Ballyadam, Blue Cap is there as well, and also Colonel Mustard up towards the line, and Jimmy DeSerle, Danny Mullins nearest to us, is going through and is going to win the Coral Cup. Jimmy DeSerle to Ampo's Trois, Ballyadam, Colonel Mustard, Beat the Bat. In behind those was Beckett Road.
Mullins and Mullins team up to win the Coral Cup in the colours of Ed Ware, who has the hot favourites for the champion bumper a little bit later on, Copacabana. He has a Cheltenham Festival winner already. Late night pass might get hung out the back, previous course winner. Flags up again, here we go.
Off they go, the Glenfarclas cross-country chase, 31 fences to jump. One of the greys, Vanillier, with Galvin and also Iscaria 10 at the first of these 31 fences. Mr. Coffey towards the rear of the field, the Goffer also towards the back. They come to the Birch Island fence now. They can go either side of this. The red and yellow colours, Vanillier was the leader at it. Back in the field, black and white colours. Minella Crooner was a little bit awkward on touching down. They're coming to the 8-tree fence now. Iscaria 10 gives chase to the leader, Galvin. It's 6th run at the festival for him. Runs in just about 3rd position. The green colours Stumptown, today's favourite wide, with Chambard and Cocoa Beach as they come over the 8-tree fence. Bustleton is behind these, and a few of them going very wide and a little bit unbalanced there, led by Vanillier, who was in front. He's now last but one. Chambard's the only one behind him, and Late Night passes with those. Getting over number 4, and now it is Mr. Coffee who's come through to have the advantage here. Stumptown, the green colours in second. Warmage in blue and yellow is next. French Dynamite, a pale jacket and black sleeves, is next as they go over the Glenfarclas barrels. And then comes Chemical Energy. White and green colours, a red cap. Galvin has dropped back through with him. The colour changes next. I Will Do It. Dark blue, red and white combo as they run now on towards the timber rails, which will be number 8. Further back in the field is Cocoa Beach, Minella Crooner, Bustletown behind this, and then Chambard, a yellow cap up towards the running rail. The Goffer is the blue and red towards the back. Gevry in purple and white colours is with this, and Late Night Pass with those as well in red and white colours as they go over the timber rails. And it's Mr. Coffee then. Nico de Boinville, a maroon jacket. Stumptown, favourite Keith Donoghue, green colours running in 2nd position as they go over number 9. In fact, they come together at the head of the field there. Iscaria 10, James Best, red and white colours is next, and then French Dynamite, Gavin Bruder, pale jacket and black sleeves. Warmage and James Reevely is next in blue and yellow. I Will Do It, Dylan Johnston, dark blue, red and white colours, and then Galvin, now the mount of Derek O'Connor. Jumping the next, Mr. Coffee, with about a 2-length leader over that, and they run on now towards number 11. Galvin, middle of the field then with Derek O'Connor, head of Bustleton, blue and pink colours for JJ Slevin. JJ Slevin then is followed by Gina Andrews on Late Night Pass in white and red. White, green and red is Danny Gilligan on Chemical Energy as they run now to the bank for the first time. Further behind those, Chambard, Lucy Turner, dark blue and yellow. The Goffer, Sean Bone is in blue and red colours over the bank. Stumptown just about touchdown in front over that. Minella Crooner, black and white colours, is towards the back of the field as they head to the water. Jordan Gainford in the black and white on Minella Crooner. Gevry, purple colours for Jake Cohen, is just at the rear of the field. Now they move on towards the cheese wedges, 14 and 15 right in front of them. Iscaria 10 with a noseband has joined Mr. Coffee. Stumptown in green continues to race prominently. French Dynamite, Galvin, I Will Do It, and Warmage are right in behind these. Into the wedges they go, and out they come with Iscaria 10, maybe jumping through into the lead there. Gevry, Minella Crooner, the Goffer at the back with Chemical Energy, Chambard, and also Bustleton towards the rear. Way they go them now, on towards the 16th fence, and it's Mr. Coffee and Iscaria 10, the leading pair. Stumptown in green is right in behind them. Little wider of those is French Dynamite. I Will Do It comes next, and then comes Warmage in blue and yellow. All the time, Late Night Pass, white and red jacket. Gina Andrews is creeping closer into it. Vanillier, one of the greys, a red jacket ahead of the other grey, Cocoa Beach in maroon colours as they run to the bank the other way. This is number 17 of the 31 fences, and French Dynamite jumped that better than everything to come through and join Mr. Coffee in front. Iscaria 10 is between that pair. Stumptown, I Will Do It are next. Warmage, Vanillier, Late Night Pass and Galvin are following these. Cocoa Beach is next, 2 lengths away. Bustleton, who races in company with Chambard as they come to number 18 at it now. French Dynamite it is, who's come through to take it up. Minella Crooner is right towards the rear of the field. The Goffer continues to be one of the back markers also, and Gevry in the purple towards the rear of the field. Another sharp turn for them. And at number 19, French Dynamite to Iscaria 10, and then Stumptown, and running on to 20 now. Mr. Coffee now back in 4th position. Vanilla, I Will Do It, Warmage with him, and then comes Galvin and Late Night Passing, Cocoa Beach and Chambard and Bustletown as they jump over this, and Chemical Energy is further back in the field. He's a little slow there. The Goffer is behind him, and then comes Gevry. They run down to 21, and the have 10 more to jump after they get over this. French Dynamite and Iscaria 10, who's in the red, are the leading pair. The green is Stumptown, the market leader. And then comes Mr. Coffee in maroon. I Will Do It, an error from him, jumping over that. Jevry and Minella Crooner are still towards the rear. Towards the left there, white and red, Late Night Pass has come through to join Vanillier. So they'll be up 4th, 5th at this stage as they come to 22. Behind those is Galvin and Cocoa Beach. Bustletown in the blue and pink colours, then Chemical Energy. The Goffer is further back, losing touch really now. Minella Crooner and also Jevry. Way to the far side, Iscaria 10 in red was the leader. They run to 23. And then comes French Dynamite now back in second with Mr. Coffee. Late Night Pass into 3rd. Vanillier, the grey, first of the greys, is with him, so they're 4-5. Stumptown 6. 7th then is Cocoa Beach to One Marge, and between those is Chemical Energy. Minella Crooner is being pulled up as they jump over that. I think it means that Chambard is the last one still going. Yes, because Jevry has also been pulled up. The Birch Island 23. 5, sorry. They can go either way over it, and Iscaria 10 was the leader. They're getting spread out now. French Dynamite, Late Night Pass, Stumptown, Chemical Energy, Mr. Coffee, Vanillier, Cocoa Beach, Galvin and One Marge are now clear from the Goffer. The Aintree fence, and it's Iscaria 10 in the red and white will have the advantage here. Gets over it well. French Dynamite took it in second. Stumptown is now back in 6th and chased along a little bit. Late Night Pass is in 3rd. Mr. Coffee is in 4th. Then Chemical Energy, Stumptown, Vanillier, One Marge, Cocoa Beach and Galvin. Only 4 more to go from here. Iscaria 10, James Best having a great time out in front, but Gina Andrews on Late Night Extras moved through into 2nd position now. Stumptown, Keith Donoghue, the green, chasing him along, coming into it with 2 more to jump. They're running to home. The maroon and Mr. Coffee is there. Chemical Energy, white and green, red cap, Danny Gilligan coming into it. Vanillier behind these, and then French Dynamite at the second last fence. It's Iscaria 10, Late Night Pass and Chemical Energy. Mr. Coffee and Stumptown are together in 3rd and 4th places, but Stumptown is 3 lengths off the leader. This quintet are clear from Vanillier, and Late Night Pass has come through to lead. On the left is Chemical Energy. Stumptown in the green is 2 lengths behind them in 3rd, attempting to run on. The final fence in the Glenfarclas, and it's Late Night Pass in the centre. Chemical Energy on the left, Stumptown on the right, and Stumptown has touched down just in front now to Late Night Pass in 2nd position. Chemical Energy behind these. Vanillier running on in the closing stages. Keith Donoghue had to chase him along for a while, but Stumptown, the favourite, has won and wins to Late Night Energy. Vanillier moved into 3rd position. The Goffer is in 4th, then Mr. Coffee.
Handicap it might be now, but you can't stop this horse with weight. Stumptown loves it here, and he wins with ease under a man who knows exactly what it takes to navigate this cross-country course, Keith Donoghue. Starter not raised his flag for the 2nd time yet. Now the flag's up and they're off.
From a standing start, Captain Guinness and the nose-banded Liberty Hunter are a couple of the slowest to get away. Calixios in the red, white and blue, and Energymen are the leading pair over the first fence, which they've all handled neatly enough. With John Bon at this stage, the white cap for Nicole de Boinville, settled in about 5th or 6th position upside Solness in the green and white, and they're already over the 2nd, where Liberty Hunter in last place wasn't particularly high and is cast adrift early on, and now they just settle themselves down on the long run to the 3rd. Quilixios and Energymen in the blue and white being tracked through by Founder 50, the red cap, and Solness out wide, and then Marine Nationale and a yellow jacket down on the inner track there by Captain Guinness, the striped cap for Rachel Blackmore. John Bon in midfield under Nico de Boinville, and Liberty Hunter is last of all, and they're bearing down on the 4th. Quilixios had a narrow lead over it. So the first 4 fences fairly swiftly behind them. They turn to meet rising ground in the Bet MGM Queen Mother Champion Chase. Quilixios with Solness now bustled up to get a handy position on the outer and come to press for the lead as they draw to the 5th. Energymen poised on the inside in 3rd place, the royal blue and white, just ahead of John Bon, and followed in turn by Founder 50, and then Marine Nationale, Captain Guinness and Liberty Hunter last of the field as they begin the downhill run on the approach to the 6th. So plain fence coming up before the water, and Solness has now got to the front under JJ7 with Energumen keen on the descent and jumping up size. Quilixios relegated to third. Marine National, the yellow jacket, racing on the near side. John Bon is out wide and found a 50, the red cap up between that pair. Couple of lengths away to last year's winner Captain Guinness, the beige jacket, and Liberty Hunter last still as they cross the water and now move on towards the first of the open ditches. And Energumen has gone into a narrow lead. To Solness, big lead from Energumen, stood off it. Wasn't much margin for error, but he was quick from one side to the other. Solness rejoined in second by Quilixios, the red, white and blue. And then John Bon circling the field. Asked up there, but he put down on it, hit it hard, and he almost pitched Nico de Boinville out the saddle. A jolting blunder from John Bon. It's knocked him back into last place there as they race across the top of the track and head towards the open ditch, 4 out. Energumen from Quilixios. Marine National found a 50 and Solness out wide, relegated to 5th, and then Captain Guinness to the nose-banded Liberty Hunter, and after that a bad blunder. John Bon is last of all and just being given time by Nico to try and regain his composure as they come freewheeling on down the hill to make the long run towards the third last. So John Bon last and detached as Energumen, the Royal Blue, has a narrow lead on the descent. Solness out wide going back up through the field. Then Quilixios, the red, white and blue, to Founder 50. Marine National in a yellow jacket has come there tanking along. Captain Guinness is right down on the inside. Liberty Hunter in the noseband is in touch. 3 out. Quilixios perhaps into a narrow lead, and Liberty Hunter is a faller, falling into the path of John Bon, who remains last of all, and they're about to swing for home. 2 fences left to jump in the Bet MGM Queen Mother Champion Chase. Marine National has come there very powerfully. Energumen has stopped swiftly, has backed right out of it. Quilixios is fighting on. Founder 50 back in third, and then Captain Guinness. But it's Marine National on the inside of Quilixios. They turn to face the second last. Inseparable. Marine National jumping into a narrow lead. Quilixios is fighting on under pressure. They're clear of Captain Guinness, who's moved into third. The final fence. Marine National, and Quilixios has tumbled out. Marine National is left clear. Captain Guinness is back in third. John Bon is plugging on, but it's Marine National with a commanding advantage, running on powerfully. This could have been written in the heavens. Marine National for an emotional win in the Queen Mother Champion Chase. John Bon ran on to be second, Captain Guinness in third, and Solness in fourth.
And imbued with the spirit of Michael O'Sullivan, Marine National wins at Cheltenham and enjoys his finest hour in the Queen Mother Champion Chase. A dramatic... It'll be a standing start now. Limited chance to get your position. Here we go.
Away this time, the Debenhams Johnny Henderson Grand Annual. They charge towards the first of 13 fences. Dancing on My Own with the red cap is up with the leaders as one of the greys, Trap Rain Law, and the other grey out wide, last year's winner, Unexpected Party, in the firing line with a nose-bounded Western Zephyr, and they're already bearing down on the second, and Western Zephyr came through to lead. To Trap Rain Law, and American Mike made a bad mistake and had to be quickly gathered up by Jordan Gainford back on the inner with the red cap in midfield, as Western Zephyr leads them on the run down towards the third, over Trap Rain Law and Dancing on My Own, the red cap, and Unexpected Party in fourth, just ahead of Nell's Son in the cheap pieces. JPR1 in a black and yellow jacket is chasing the leaders over the third fence with the King of PRS, the red sleeves, down on the inner, Handy. Jasco de Dam, the purple with a pink cap in midfield as they already arrive at the fourth. Jazzy Matty took it in mid-division with So Scottish, American Mike and Fringle Dyke in orange jacket, who's out wide. So turning to meet Rising Ground and heading on towards the fifth. A line of 3 from the rail across. Dancing on My Own, Trap Rain Law and Western Zephyr, followed by Unexpected Party, JPR1, Nelson and the King of PRS on the inner. And then Fringle Dyke and orange jacket ahead of Jazzy Matty and Jasco de Dam as they now turn to go off down the hill. Slightly worse than midfield for So Scottish and the hoops with a white cap, and then My Mate Mozzie to General Madrano and Midnight It Is. Further back to Gaelic Arc and Martator and Third Time Lucky and Conyers Hill, and Primoz is last of all as they take the first of the fences racing away from us, and Conyers Hill towards the rear in the purple and yellow was in a little close to it. Heading on towards the water then, and it's Western Zephyr from a pair of greys. Unexpected Party out wide and Trap Rain Law. Dancing on My Own, racing right down on the inner, is still prominent with Nell's Son and JPR1 and Fringle Dyke, who's out deep as they approach the unopened ditch. Then the King of PRS from Chasco de Dam and Jazzy Matty fairly deep with the red sleeves. Back towards the inner in mid-division, then American Mike, the red cap, just ahead of So Scottish Midnight It Is and General Madrano. Then My Mate Mozzie in the light blue. They've already gone through halfway. Gaelic Arc is further back with Conyers Hill, third time Lucky Martyr Tour, and Primoz last, detached and being pushed along as they race across the top of the track towards the open ditch. It's going to be 4 out in the Grand Annual. The nose-banded Western Zephyr in the centre of a couple of greys. Trap Rain Law, an Unexpected Party. Dancing on My Own in fourth, got in close to it, passed by Nell's Son. Fringle Dyke, JPR1 in the black and yellow at this stage is poised in behind them as they begin to come on down the hill, now making the long run towards the third last. Western Zephyr, Trap Rain Law up the inner, Unexpected Party wide. Nell's Son in the cheek pieces is riding behind horses. Fringle Dyke is out deep. Jazzy Matty with the red sleeves. Jasco de Dam, the pink cap, is in behind them. JPR1, the black and yellow, only a couple of lengths off them. Then the retreating Dancing on My Own to So Scottish. My Mate Mozzie's pulled out very wide, took off in midfield in the light blue and orange, and now they're making the run back towards the home turn with 2 fences left to jump. An Unexpected Party has come through to lead. Last year's winner moves on here to Western Zephyr. Jazzy Matty with the red sleeves closing in from JPR1, Fringle Dyke circling them. My Mate Mozzie in the light blue getting into it with Jasco de Dam, the pink cap. Then Midnight It Is in a black jacket. They turn their heads for home. Unexpected Party. Jazzy Matty joining him. JPR1 on the right. Then Jasco de Dam. JPR1 a jolting blunder. Unexpected Party and Jazzy Matty move on to the last together. Rise and Land as one. My Mate Mozzie back in third, and then Midnight It Is. And it's Jazzy Matty from Unexpected Party. My Mate Mozzie is still running on. Jazzy Matty, Unexpected Party fighting on Willie. Jazzy Matty just doing best, grinds it out to win the Grand Annual. Unexpected Party went down fighting. Midnight It Is in third, close for fourth between Jasco de Dam and My Mate Mozzie.
Jazzy Matty wins at the Cheltenham Festival for the 2nd time. Winner here 2 years ago when ridden by Michael O'Sullivan. He has won the Grand Annual today.
In the race, 5 representatives. They're off, and they've been let go some 200 yards almost back from the starting tapes. They're only about to pass the starter now. And the early leader is heads up in the black and pink to one of the greys, He Can't Dance, the white cap just in behind him. Calypso Chance, and the maroon and white, the star on the cap is Handy. White-faced Caballero Cliff racing enthusiastically just behind the leaders, with the other of the greys, No Drama this end in the green and white. Sortudo away to the left, just ahead of midfield, black and yellow silks for Sortudo, racing advance of Dalston Lad, who's got a pink cap. Idaho's Son, the orange and green on the cap in mid-division. Shuttle Diplomacy, green cap away to the right, is tracked there by Lancelot Allen and El Cairo in the red and brown under David Maxwell. Bambino Fever on the extreme left of the group in behind horses, White-faced Chestnut under Jody Townend, being slipstreamed by Copacabana. Then I started a joke in the sheepskin noseband, who's in the last group of 4 with Game of Inches, the striped sleeves, Aqua Force with a flashy white face, the white cap last but one, and Fortune de Mer is last of all as they meet Rising Ground with about 10 or 12 lengths covering the field, and it's Heads Up and Sean Bowen who give a lead to He Can't Dance, followed by Owner Mate Calypso Chance racing in third. Then Caballero Cliff in fourth, just ahead of No Drama this end and Sortudo from Idaho's Son and Shuttle Diplomacy on the inner. Working back then to Dalston Lad and El Cairo from Lancelot Allen and Bambino Fever. Copacabana, the red sleeves and cap is held up ahead of on the inside Game of Inches. And then working back to Aqua Force and I Started a Joke, and Fortune de Mer remains at the tail of the field. Flattening out at the foot of the descent, and they move relatively steadily on towards the halfway point, and the field just begins to concertina a little. It's Heads Up up in front. To He Can't Dance, the white cap sitting in second, Caballero Cliff racing on the near side of Calypso Chance third and fourth. Then No Drama this end, the light green sleeves, to Idaho's Sun, the orange and green cap, and the green cap on the near side of Shuttle Diplomacy. Sortudo out wide in a black and yellow jacket ahead of Bambino Fever and Dalston Lad. And then Copacabana, the keen-going Game of Inches, who's under heavy restraint from Paul Town in the striped sleeves. Lancelot Allen is right around the inner three-quarters of the way back. Aquaforce, white cap, is probably just about deepest of all, remains towards the rear of the field with the nose banded I Started a Joke, and Fortune de Mer remains last of the 17 as Heads Up takes them across the top of the track and well beyond halfway in the Weatherby's Champion bumper. Heads Up has had the run of things so far. He Can't Dance remains in second ahead of Caballero Cliff. And then just in behind the leading trio, Calypso Chance and Danny Gilligan in fourth place. Shuttle Diplomacy has the rail as they begin the descent alongside No Drama this end. Sortudo in the black and yellow. Then Idaho Sun and El Cairo in the red and brown, and Lancelot Allen on the extreme right running on down the hill, the pink sleeves. Further back in the field, Copacabana is out wide. Red sleeves is following through the white-faced Bambino Fever. Fortune de Mer is on the move from the rear, the pink and blue towards the out of a Harry Skelton. Game of Inches being finessed into it. Aquaforce, though, is detached and ridden along in last place, 6 or 7 lengths behind them. They're about to run the final turn. They're deep inside the last half mile in the Weatherby's Champion bumper. Heads Up, He Can't Dance the grey. Then Calypso Chance, No Drama this end. Sortudo in the black and yellow. Widest of all into the straight, Bambino Fever. Caballero Cliff is cutting the corner to El Cairo, Shuttle Diplomacy, and then Sortudo uphill towards the last furlong and a half, and it's still Heads Up in front, made every inch, but here comes Bambino Fever under Jody Townend, and Bambino Fever now drawing alongside Heads Up. El Cairo running on in behind Caballero Cliff and Shuttle Diplomacy. Bambino Fever and Jody Townend. Willie Mullins again in the Champion bumper. Bambino Fever beats Heads Up, Shuttle Diplomacy, and Caballero Cliff close up.
A 14th, count them, 14 wins in the Champion bumper for Willie Mullins. It is the mare that's done it this time.